What if I told you that the first decision you make every single morning is silently deciding how powerful or how powerless you will feel for the rest of the day? What if your weakness is not destiny, not bad luck, not lack of talent, but simply a habit you repeat before the sun fully rises? You don't lose your strength in battles, you lose it at breakfast. Every morning, life gives you a fresh page. The sun rises without asking who failed yesterday. The birds sing without checking who doubted themselves. But you wake up and you choose what fuels you. And that choice, though small and ordinary, becomes the foundation of your energy, your focus, your discipline, and even your confidence. We talk about success, we talk about dreams, we talk about mindset. But we rarely talk about the quiet mistakes, the small betrayals we commit against our own bodies and minds before 9 a.m. We expect to conquer the world, yet we begin our day by weakening ourselves. And then we wonder why we feel tired, distracted, irritable, unmotivated. The breakfast mistake that makes you weak is not just about food. It is about care. It is about respect. It is about how seriously you take your own potential. Today, I want to wake you up not just from sleep, but from unconscious living. Skipping breakfast is skipping self-respect. Every time you skip breakfast, you are not just skipping a meal, you are skipping a message. A message that says, I matter. A message that says, my body deserves care before the world demands performance. When you wake up and immediately dive into work, responsibilities, or distractions without nourishing yourself, you silently teach your mind that productivity is more important than well-being. And over time, that belief weakens you more than hunger ever could. Because strength does not come from pushing yourself endlessly. It comes from sustaining yourself intentionally. You cannot expect your body to fight your battles if you refuse to fuel it for the day. After hours of sleep, your body has been fasting. Your blood sugar is low. Your brain is waiting for energy. Your muscles are waiting for movement. And instead of refueling, you rush out the door or bury yourself in tasks. Then, by mid-morning, you feel irritated, distracted, exhausted. You blame your workload. You blame the weather. You blame people around you. But deep down, it began with neglect. The body whispers before it screams. Fatigue, cravings, mood swings, these are not weaknesses of character. They are consequences of being ignored. Self-respect is not only about confidence in front of others. It is about the private decisions you make when no one is watching. It is about whether you treat your own needs as essential or optional. When you consistently skip breakfast, you create a pattern of self-dismissal. You teach yourself that your hunger can wait, your health can wait, your energy can wait, and if your basic needs can wait, then slowly your dreams start waiting too. Discipline is not about denying yourself nourishment. True discipline is about building routines that support your strength, not sabotage it. If you cannot pause for 10 minutes to nourish your body, how will you pause to protect your peace? If you cannot prioritize your health at the start of the day, how will you prioritize your growth in the long run? Strength begins with respect. Respect begins with small actions. And sometimes the most powerful act of self-love is simply sitting down in the morning and choosing to fuel yourself before you fuel the world. Sugar is a false promise of power. Sugar feels like comfort. It feels like reward. It feels like instant energy wrapped in sweetness. A sugary tea, a bowl of processed cereal, white bread with jam, it tastes easy. And in a world that moves fast, easy feels attractive. But not everything that feels good is good for you. Sugar gives you a sudden rise, a temporary rush that tricks you into believing you are energized. For a moment, you feel alert. For a moment, you feel ready. But strength built on spikes always collapses into crashes. The problem is not the sweetness, it is the instability. When your energy shoots up quickly, it must fall just as quickly. That fall feels like brain fog. It feels like irritation over small things. It feels like losing focus in the middle of important work, and you begin to doubt yourself. You say, why can't I concentrate? Why am I so tired already? But it is not your capability that failed you. It is your fuel. You cannot expect long-lasting performance from short-lived energy. Your body deserves steady nourishment, protein, fiber, real food that digests slowly and sustains you. Stable energy creates stable emotions. Stable emotions create stable decisions. And stable decisions build powerful lives. When you begin your day with sugar alone, you are choosing excitement over endurance. But life is not a sprint. Success is not built in moments of hype. It is built in hours of consistent, calm effort. Stop chasing energy that comes with conditions. Stop choosing foods that excite you for 10 minutes and abandon you for the next 3 hours. Choose fuel that respects your body's rhythm. Because real power is not loud and dramatic. Real power is steady, controlled, and dependable. And the way you eat in the morning determines whether your day feels like chaos or clarity. Eating without intention creates mental fog. It is not only what you eat, it is how you eat. Many people sit with their breakfast, but their mind is somewhere else. Scrolling through social media, comparing lives, absorbing negativity, reading stressful news before their heart is even fully awake. You may be feeding your body, but you are starving your peace. And the mind that begins in comparison cannot move through the day with confidence. When you eat without awareness, you disconnect from your own rhythm. You swallow food quickly. You don't taste it. You don't breathe. Your nervous system stays in alert mode. And when your nervous system is tense, your thoughts become scattered. Scattered thoughts lead to scattered actions. You forget things. You lose clarity. You feel mentally heavy before the day even begins. And you call it just another busy morning. But your morning is not just another routine. It is programming. It is setting the emotional tone for the next 12 hours. If you begin with noise, your day carries noise. If you begin with comparison, your day carries insecurity. Weakness does not always arrive dramatically. Sometimes it quietly enters through distraction. Sit with your food. Breathe between bites. Keep your phone away for 10 minutes. Allow your body and mind to wake up together. Presence is powerful. When you eat with intention, you build focus. When you build focus, you build discipline. And when discipline becomes your habit, weakness slowly disappears. Dehydration disguises itself as exhaustion. Before you say, I am tired, ask yourself, am I hydrated? After hours of sleep, your body wakes up in a state of mild dehydration. Your cells are waiting for water. Your brain is waiting for circulation. And instead of giving it what it needs, many people reach for caffeine first. Coffee feels like energy. Tea feels like alertness. But stimulants are not substitutes for hydration. Water is not ordinary. It is life moving through you. It helps your blood flow smoothly. It supports your brain's ability to think clearly. It prevents headaches and unnecessary fatigue. When you ignore water in the morning, your body struggles silently. You feel sluggish. Your concentration drops. Small tasks feel overwhelming. And again, you blame your motivation instead of your habits. Strength is built in simplicity. A glass of water when you wake up, another with your breakfast. These are not complicated rituals, but they are foundational. You cannot build a powerful structure on a dry foundation. Hydration prepares your system to function at its best. It gives your body permission to operate smoothly instead of surviving in stress. Do not underestimate basics. They are not basic because they are unimportant. They are basic because they are essential. Sometimes your weakness is not emotional, it is not mental, it is physical neglect. Drink water before you demand greatness from yourself. Because greatness requires a body that is supported, not strained. Rushing the morning weakens the mind. The greatest mistake is not always on your plate. It is in your pace. When you wake up late, grab something quickly, and move in panic, your nervous system shifts into survival mode. Your heart beats faster, your breathing shortens, your thoughts race. And that rushed energy does not disappear once you leave the house. It follows you into meetings, into conversations, into decisions. When you rush your morning, you train your mind to operate in urgency rather than clarity. You react instead of respond. You speak before thinking. You feel overwhelmed by minor inconveniences. And slowly, this constant rush becomes your normal. But living in urgency is exhausting. It drains emotional energy. It creates irritability. It reduces patience, and patience is strength. A calm morning builds a calm mind. Waking up slightly earlier, sitting down to eat without hurry, preparing your day instead of chasing it. These small shifts create internal stability. And internal stability creates external confidence. You cannot control every event that happens during the day, but you can control how grounded you feel when facing them. Strength is not about speed. It is about steadiness. When your morning is steady, your mind is steady. And when your mind is steady, you become powerful in ways that are quiet but unshakable. In the end, the breakfast mistake that makes you weak is not dramatic. It does not announce itself with fireworks. It quietly seeps into your energy, your focus, and your confidence. Skipping breakfast, choosing sugar over real food, eating without awareness, neglecting hydration, and rushing your morning, each one may seem small, but together they create a chain that drags you down before your day even begins. Strength is not built in grand gestures. It is built in the quiet, repeated choices that honor your body, mind, and potential. Every morning is an opportunity to decide whether you will drain yourself or fuel yourself, whether you will weaken or rise. True power begins with care, attention, and intention. Nourish your body, hydrate your cells, eat with awareness, and move through your mornings calmly. When you take the time to respect yourself in these small but essential ways, your energy multiplies, your focus sharpens, and your resilience grows. The breakfast you choose is not just a meal, it is a statement to yourself: I am worth the strength I seek. I am capable. I am ready. Make that choice every day, and you will discover that real power does not come from luck, it comes from the habits you honor in silence.